Inno-week 2021. Инновацийн үйл ажиллагааг олон нийтэд сурталчлах, шинэлэг санаа, шинэ бүтээгдэхүүн үйлчлэгийг түгээн дэлгэрүүлэх, төөрөх хувийн хэвшлийн түншлэл, хамтын ажиллагааг өргөжүүлэх зорилготой Монголын инновацийн 7 хоног 5 дугаар сарын 17-ноос 23-ны өдрүүдэд зохион байгуулагдана. Inno-week 2021.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for giving us time to make a speech at Inno-week 21. My name is Taiga Koizumi. I'm a representative of private sector development at JICA Mongolia Office. Today, I'm going to talk about JICA's approach in the field of ICT and startup for making innovation in Mongolia. Today, we have 4 contents. Firstly, I'm going to talk about overview of the JICA support. And next, I'm going to explain about key challenge for innovation ecosystem in Mongolia. And after that, I'm going to explain about JICA's Startup Accelerator program and Startup Ecosystem Survey. Why is JICA supporting ICT and startup industry? And why are these industries important for the industrial development in Mongolia? There are 4 reasons for that. First reason is the competent human resource. I have been in Mongolia for around 2 years, and then I have met a lot of people in the industry of ICT and startup. And then I felt that these people are really smart, and then they have the knowledge and idea. And then after I read some news article, I found that they have a high score of IQ, and also some of the Mongolian students got awarded for the medal of the Olympiad of Mathematics. So I felt like Mongolian people have the potential of the ICT and the startup industry. And second reason is the market size. Since Mongolia has only 3 million population, to be honest, it's not that large size of the market. Therefore, Mongolian industry should be connected with the other country, like a global market. And ICT industry is actually connected with the global market already, because there's no border of the ICT internet. So second reason is the market size. And third reason is the location. As you know, Mongolia is a landlocked country. As you know, Mongolia is a landlocked country. Therefore, it's a little bit hard to go to expand their business to the abroad. And also, this is the in terms of the global value chain, Southeast Asian country is in a good position because they have the seaport, and then they have the large market, and then foreign investors choose to invest in those countries. They don't really choose Mongolia as the investment because it's not in a good position of the global value chain. But regarding the ICT and startup industry, the location is not that matter because, as I mentioned, there's no border, and then it's already connected with the global market. And the fourth reason is the timing. As you know, Mongolian government announced Mongolia will be a e-nation or digital nation in near future. And then they already announced in Mongolia, and then a lot of people are using this application. So I think this is the best timing for JICA to support Mongolian government to be a digital nation. Also, the number of startups supporting Accelerator program and startup competition are very increasing. So I think this is also the best timing for supporting startup as well. Next slide, I'm going to quickly overview of JICA's idea. for Mongolia to be an IT and startup nation. As I mentioned, Mongolian government already announced to be a digital nation or e-nation. But as JICA, we propose the idea of Mongolia to be an IT and startup nation. And then actually, we have been supporting Mongolian stakeholders. Well, actually, we have been providing many supports with each stakeholders, such as government, industry, and academia. For the government, we have started digital economy and cybersecurity survey with the Communication and Information Technology Agency, CETA. And then hopefully from next year, we are going to start cybersecurity technical cooperation project with CETA. And with the industry, we have started Startup Accelerator program with Mobcom, which is called Monja. And also, we are planning to start a new survey for the startup ecosystem in Mongolia, which I'm going to explain later. On top of that, we are going to hold ICT and digital transformation seminar in Mongolia for Mongolian companies to digitalize their business. Also, we are going to hold IT business seminar in Japan to promote the investment from Japanese IT company to Mongolian ICT industry and startups. Also, hopefully, we are going to start a new project for ICT ecosystem and industrial digital transformation in near future. And for academia, we have been supporting 1,000 engineering program, which is basically study abroad program to Japan. So we dispatch many Mongolian students who are engineering students to Japanese university or college. Also for future idea, we are going to dispatch Japanese computer volunteer to Mongolian university or technical college, which is called KOSEN. Also, we have been discussing with UB City about how to make programming education as a mandatory education in Mongolia. And finally, we have been supporting with the industry-academia collaboration. This year, we are going to announce deep learning contest in Mongolia with 3 KOSEN, technical college, hopefully. Hopefully, we are going to announce it in this summer. And the deep learning contest is held in Japan many times since 2019. Because if we hold that kind of event, we can develop the human resource of the deep learning, which is AI, artificial intelligence related skill. Next slide is Mongolia ecosystem for innovation. We think there are 2 key challenges for Mongolian ecosystem for innovation. First one is their lack of communication or collaboration between each stakeholders, government, industry, and academia. I feel that we should make the synergy between those stakeholders because that's how other countries make the innovation, such as Silicon Valley in the United States or Tokyo in Japan. Second challenge is the connection with the global market and investors. As you know, many Mongolian startup or company try to expand their business in the global market. But there are not so many cases which is successful in the global market. So we should make the great tie or strong tie between global market and investor with Mongolian market and company. So these are the key challenges for Mongolian ecosystem for innovation. And based on these 2 key challenges, we came up with the idea of Monja Startup Accelerator program to solve those 2 key challenges. Firstly, this is a program of collaboration between private sector, public sector, and academia. As for the private sector, Mobicom is one of the organizers for this program. And then as for the public, JICA is a public organization. And for academia, Mongolia Japan Center is also the organizer, and Mongolia Japan Center is located in the National University of Mongolia. So this program is collaboration between those three sectors. Secondly, this program connects Mongolian startup with the global, especially Japanese investor and market. Because JICA and Mobicom and Mongolia Japan Center is Japanese-related organization or company, we have huge network with Japanese market and investors. So we are going to connect Mongolian startup with those network. And then the basic concept of Monja Startup Accelerator program is supporting innovative startups which tackle with the problem of COVID-19. After the announcement, we surprisingly received 101 proposals from Mongolian startups. And then we selected 4 startups. And then out of 4 startups, 3 startups made contract with JICA for proof of concept of their business for around 30,000 USD, which is not a small amount. And we have 2 objectives of this program. First objective is solving the problem of COVID-19 with startups. JICA itself can only approach to a few challenges of the COVID-19. But by collaborating with stakeholders such as Mobicom, Mongolia Japan Center, Mongolian startups or company, which is successful in the global market, we are aiming to make the best practice from this program. I'm going to introduce 4 selected startups. So we selected 4 startups based on the proposals and interview. And then first startup is Clinica, which is a health tech startup. Because of the COVID-19, people don't really want to go to hospital anymore because there's a risk of the COVID-19. But this app could solve that problem because this app provides online consulting service with the doctor. So it's very useful during this COVID-19. And second startup is a vaccine to Slack, which is providing e-learning platform. As you know, most of the children cannot go to school anymore. But this app provides you the online learning environment. It's really important for Mongolia. And third startup is a Zochil. Zochil is an e-commerce Zochil is providing e-commerce automation platform. Because of the COVID-19, most of the small and medium enterprises have to digitalize their business. But this app could solve that problem. And last one is the Crowd Asset. Crowd Asset provides a crowdfunding platform for the small and medium enterprises. Because of the COVID-19, most of the companies are struggling with their financial problem. But maybe this could be one of the solutions for that. This is a picture of the kickoff event of Monja program in February. Because of the COVID-19, we had to hold this program online, but it was very successful. This is a 6-month program from February to August. And then we basically provide 4 services in this program. First one is mentoring service. Mobicom has a lot of experts of the business and technology, and JICA has the staff who has knowledge and experience of each sector, such as education or healthcare. And also Mongolian Japan Center has network with the Mongolian and Japanese companies. So by utilizing each organization's strength, we are providing mentoring service to the startups. Also, we are providing the lecture on sales, pitching, how to do business with Japanese people, networking service with the global investors and partners. Final pitch event on end of August. We are going to announce it very soon, so please join that event. Lastly, I'm going to talk about startup ecosystem survey in Mongolia, which is just an idea yet, but hopefully we are going to start from this July. As you can see on the photo on the right side, there are a lot of factors regarding the startup ecosystem, such as talent, education, and funding, and incubation and acceleration, and so on. So we have, in order to develop the startup ecosystem, we have to connect those factors, and also we have to develop each of these factors. So JICA is hopefully going to start this survey in this July to look into more details about the startup ecosystem in Mongolia. So duration-wise, we are going to start from July to December this year. And then method-wise, we are going to outsource this survey to the local consulting company. And then as a part of organization, we are discussing with CETA as well. And then based on this survey, we are going to analyze current situation and problem, and strength and opportunity, and weakness and challenges of Mongolian startup ecosystem. And then based on that survey, we are going to propose JICA's new activity or new proposal. So in this survey, JICA is going to analyze situation and problem and strength and opportunity and weakness and challenges of startup ecosystem in Mongolia. So for your information, I'm going to introduce some Japanese example. In Japan, Japanese government made the strategy of the promotion of the startups. And then they make the strategy in each sector, stakeholder, such as community, university, and accelerator, gap funding, and public procurement. And most importantly, the network of the human resources. So they make the strategy to make the startup ecosystem in Japan. And then in each selected city, government will support landmark program for the startup acceleration. And also, they're going to support the globalization of the startup. So Japanese government will support to promote Mongolian government to the global market. This is a support from the government. And also, in each city, they will establish the consortium in each city. And then each stakeholder, such as the city government or university or private sector, will discuss very closely and regularly. And then as the target, Japanese government aim to create more startups. So they aim to double the number of startups. And also, they are going to build 5 unicorns in the future. And also, not only Japanese entrepreneurs, but also they're going to invite foreign entrepreneurs in Japan. I think this example could be useful in Mongolia as well. So hopefully in this survey, we could collaborate. Hopefully in this survey, we are going to propose the startup consortium based on the Japanese knowledge and experience. This is actually the last slide of my, so this is the final slide of my presentation, but I have been very excited to work with the many stakeholders in the ICT and startup field. I think this is the best timing for Mongolia to be one of the best ICT and startup nation in the world. And JICA would like to make it happen and also make innovation from Mongolia to the world. we would be very happy to discuss with many stakeholders in this field. So if you have any question or comment or any collaborative idea, please contact with us. Thank you very much for your attention.
Inno-week 2021 инновацийн үйл ажиллагааг олон нийтэд сурталчлах, шинэлэг санаа, шинэ бүтээгдэхүүн үйлчлэгийг түгээн дэлгэрүүлэх, төөрөө хувийн хэвшлийн түншлэл, хамтын ажиллагааг өргөжүүлэх зорилготой Монголын инновацийн 7 хоног 5 дугаар сарын 17-ноос 23-ны өдрүүдэд зохион байгуулагдана. Монголын инновацийн 7 хоног арга хэмжээний хүрээнд үндэсний инновацийн хөгжил форум, инновацийн шилдэг бүтээгдэхүүн үйлчлэгээний олон улсын цахим үзэсгэлэн, онол практикийн болон олон улсын эрдэм шинжилгээний хурал сургалтууд, бүтээлч сэтгэлгээтэй залуу судлаач оюутнуудын Best Paper Awards, эрдэм хакатон, Startup Weekend уралдаан тэмцээнүүд, Innovator 21 цуврал лекц, гарааны бизнесүүдэд хөрөнгө оруулалт татах уулзалтууд, pitch, demo day болон бусад арга хэмжээнүүд болно. Inno-week 2021